What if your products could talk? With advances in AI combined with ambient IoT, this is actually becoming a reality. What I've got here is a case of shrimp, one of many that are being tracked with ambient IoT pixels. This tiny little sticker is actually a full-blown computer, transmitting data about how it's being handled over Bluetooth now to an AI. Let's see what this AI has to say. Let's say I was a store clerk. The first thing I might want to know is this case of shrimp still safe to sell? The AI not only understands my question, it's now going to analyze the data collected from this shrimp to tell me if it's safe or not. In this case, no, it is not. Why not? Let's remember that ambient IoT is collecting that handling data minute by minute. And so it's able to use that data to tell me that, well, this case of shrimp has spent more than 60 consecutive minutes out of temperature compliance. And remember, we have these applied to many cases of shrimp. So I might want to know what other cases of shrimp are also unsafe. Now the AI is analyzing data from multiple cases of shrimp and can tell me which ones are safe and which ones are not. In this case, these 3 cases of shrimp need my attention because they are no longer safe. And remember, ambient IoT is collecting not only the temperature and handling information, but the locations as well where these things are happening. So now I could ask, where in my supply chain are cases of shrimp going bad? Now, by analyzing each of the cases of shrimp and exactly the locations where they have the temperature excursions, it's able to come back to me and tell me that, well, truck 1431 and high tide DC3 are where they're mostly going bad. Pretty powerful stuff. But it's not only useful for telling me things about where it's going bad, I might also want to know which case of shrimp is freshest. Now, by reversing some of that logic, it's going back to the data and seeing which has been handled the best. And it can tell me that wild shrimp 2435, that's the case that's been handled best in my supply chain. How did you determine that? I just want to know a little bit more about how it's figuring out the freshness of this asset. In this case, it's telling me that, well, freshness is derived from the temperature history that this shrimp has been exposed to. That turns into a freshness score, which gives me a predicted expiration date. And whichever has the expiration date furthest in the future, that's the one it thinks is the most fresh. What's its carbon footprint? Not only can ambient IoT tell me the freshness, let's look at carbon footprint. So here, it's looking at the location data, right? And it's telling me that, well, that case of shrimp, 3.8 kilograms of carbon dioxide emissions emitted. How did you determine that? And here it's telling me that, well, combining supplier data with transportation and handling conditions, it can arrive at an item level carbon footprint for every single case of shrimp. Let's tie all of this together and figure out something a little bit more complicated. What case of shrimp should I put on display next to maximize safety and reduce waste? This is a more complicated question. We're going to ask it to optimize multiple fields and tell us, like a true AI, what it thinks is going to be best. And here you go, wild shrimp 2425. Why? And basically what it's telling us is, well, this shrimp is still safe to eat. It's still safe to sell. However, its expiration date is arriving the soonest. Therefore, we should probably sell it first before it gets wasted on the store shelf. You're pretty smart. Who are you? It's fun to ask it. Who are we talking to anyway? And we're talking to WiliBot. It's an AI built by WiliBot that's fed ambient IoT data to bring a new world of insights and power up your things. Thank you.